Hello, dear students. Welcome to I-Fal. My name is Teacher Nikki, and I am here to have another video lesson with you. So for today's video, we will have another grammar lesson talking about the past continuous tense. Are you excited to have it? Now let's begin. So to start with our lesson today, let's try to understand first how or when do we use the past continuous tense. So always remember the past continuous tense is just like the present continuous tense, but in the past form. Remember, when we talk about actions taking place in a specific time in the past, then that's how we use or when we use the past continuous tense. Let's have some examples. These are some of the examples sentences for the past continuous tense. Let's imagine that we were talking about the time yesterday at 2 p.m. So you asked the question, what were the people doing during that time? Let me start. First, he was having a class. She was reading her book. They were playing at the field. You were listening to music. All of this happened or were happening at 2 p.m. yesterday. So all of the actions were in the past continuous tense. Now, after we understand how do we use or when do we use the past continuous tense, let's now talk about its forms. So to begin with, the normal sentence form for the past continuous tense would be subject, verb or be verb in the past form, then verb ing. Now you have to understand your be verb in the past form would be was and were. All right? Be verb in past form, was and were plus verb ing. So just like the present continuous tense, you have to consider what subject do you have or you are talking about for the past continuous tense. Just like it, your be verbs was and were would follow your subject. And if your subject is singular, then again, we have to use was. And if it's plural, then you have to use were. Let's take a look at some examples with this one. These are some of the examples of sentences with singular subject. He was reading a book. She was cooking the dinner. I was talking to her. So all of these are in a singular subject. Now let's talk about sentences with plural subjects. They were talking to him. They were playing at the park. You were looking at the door. So all of these are plural subjects using were for your plural be verb. Okay? Now it's your time to think of your own examples. So for the next one, let's talk about sentences in the negative form. Okay, so it's just as easy as the present continuous too. So you just have to add your subject, your be verb in past tense, was and were, plus not, and then verb ing. Again, subject, was, were, not, plus verb ing. Now let's take a look at some examples. She was not listening to me. They were not talking to their friends. You were not paying attention to the class. I was not cooking the meal. So all of these are in negative forms. Now for the last form that we have to understand, and it's the question form. Just like any other questions, you start with your be verb, was, were, and then your subject, singular or plural, and then verb ing. Okay? So was and were plus subject and then verb ing. For example, were you playing at the park? Was she listening to the teacher? Were they cooking the dinner? Were you preparing for the test? All of these are in question forms. So please make your own example and think about it. Now, understanding the past continuous tense is just very easy. So just like the present continuous tense, we use them to talk about actions that were taking place or happening in a past time or a specific past time. So I want you to keep on practicing. Take a look at all the resources available for you to master using the past continuous tense. So I think that's all that we have for today's lesson. And please don't forget to subscribe to our classes. Visit our website that I will post on the next slide. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you again on to the next video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.